Hey y'all. So I just came with like a little light testimony for y'all, okay? So for those who follow me on some of my platforms or whatever, y'all might know a little bit about my story. And honestly, I just feel like literally I can understand like being a voice, because sometimes I am the voice. Most of the time I am the voice. Period. I'm the voice in my life. I'm the voice for many, many people. And I just want y'all to understand that sometimes when you healing, most of the time when you healing and you trying to figure out exactly how to be greater, how to be your greatest self, a lot of it has to do with your trauma. So like that's why I tell all my clients, first and foremost, you got to start with your traumas, bro. Like you got to really sit down with yourself and really understand yourself. You know what I'm saying? Understand the life that you was blessed with. Understand exactly what God has blessed you with to go through and be a part of. Like, you know what I'm saying? For a lot of us, we've had traumatic childhoods, where we've grown up in a home that might have not been the best. It could have been abusive. It could have been volatile. It could have been, verbally abusive, physically abusive, emotionally abusive. It's just like, and sometimes it's a combination of all three. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might get physically, you might get spanked or whatever, and that might just be a lot of spanking going on, less talking going on. So nobody really understands you. So you become mute in your life. Like you become so used to like not speaking out for yourself and not speaking up for yourself that you grow into an adult and you learn to silence things and you suppress a lot of the feelings and the emotions that you are enduring in life. And when people are handling you a certain way, you want to speak up, but then you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. That's their people pleasing, And at the end of the day, we got to aim to please ourselves. So like you got to speak up for yourself. And a lot of people, when I say speak up, I don't mean be harsh. I don't mean be disrespectful. I do not mean any of that. I mean speak up for yourself in a tone to let them know this not how you're not going to handle me like this. You're not going to do me like this. And then if you have said conversations with people and you just feel like they just not listening, that's when God gives you the free will and the choice to like X them out at some point. Because if you don't X them out, they are going to continue hurting you. It's like sometimes people want to do better, but they just don't know how to be their best selves. And at the end of the day, you got to respect their time and in their journey at the same time, respecting yourself to the multitude that you are willing to walk away from anything that's not serving you. Like you in a relationship with somebody that you constantly telling them like, oh, I need this, and I don't like how you handle me, or you treat me like this, I'm not never heard, or you treat me like, you know what I'm saying, everybody else is a priority, or whatever the case may be in your relationship. You know what I'm saying, only you know the dynamic of your relationship. And then if at any point that you feel like I'm done with this and I deserve better and I'm settling at this point, you have to make an executive decision to like leave. And I'm not just speaking on relationships and with significant others. I'm talking about your mama, your daddy, your siblings, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been through so much in my life to where I understand, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people can't be helped unless they want to choose to be helped. And at the end of the day, like this year, 2022 has really taught me that. Like I went through this year, I'm healing myself from all my traumas, but at the same time trying to walk people along. Matter of fact, for the last 2-3 years, I've been doing this, like from friendships, I be seeing, I be knowing what be going on, and I try to help them cope through, you know what I'm saying, to walk through their journey with them and hold their hand and just let them know like, hey, you got to be better in this department. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying, your mama handled you like this, so you got to be different than that. Break those curses or break them generational chains that, seem to keep going from generation to generation. Because me personally, I don't want my kids to endure any of that. I don't want my kids to have to worry about that kind of stuff or be, traumatized by those types of things. So yeah, I am going to go above and beyond to make sure that I'm setting an example, but I'm being the example. I'm walking in this. I'm not just telling you to do this and I'm not doing it. Like, practicing what you preaching is, that's where that come in there. Like, I don't just preach just to preach. You understand what I'm saying? I don't just come out, be the voice and tell y'all what I have endured or what I've went through just for you to hear my story. No, I want you to do, if you endure this or if you have any kind of, relation, or if you can kind of, if you can relate to what I'm saying, then 9 times out of 10, this is for you. Be better, be greater, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it goes for your mama, your daddy, your siblings, and whoever else in your life that you feel like, hey, they are just not respecting your boundaries. And at the end of the day, like I've went through situations with my mama, we was never really just super close, but as I got older, I would, kind of come to her like, hey mama, I feel like growing up XYZ. She immediately, was not trying to receive what I'm trying to tell her, and I wasn't coming down on her. I'm like, I understand because of your time, and how you was raised, but I'm just letting you know how I feel as your child, you know what I'm saying? Because I do have kids, and at this point in my life, like I'm not willing to bring anyone around my kids or expose my children to any kind of behavior or treatment that they don't deserve. So, you know, if you can't fix this, if what you have done with me in my life, you know what I'm saying, if you're not willing to put a heal from this or do better or be better from this, then 9 times out of 10, let me let you know right now, you're not gonna be in my life nor my kids' life, because I refuse to have them exposed to the same things that I was exposed to. I refuse to have them go through the same traumas that I went through in my life. And at the end of the day, I don't really care if you know what I'm saying, agree with it or you don't agree with it. You know, I'm just voicing my opinion, and the moment I don't see like you, I see that you don't care, or you not trying to change it, or you just like whatever, and you want to give me excuses and not hold yourself accountable for the reasons why you mistreated me, why you know, verbally abused me, why you physically abused me, why you emotionally abused me. You know, you made me feel you abandoned me in a lot of ways. Like, I have to grow up and teach myself how to be a woman. Watch my, you know, watch celebrities, like, you know what I'm saying, my idols, and think, well, not even my idols, like just people that I looked up to, that I admire, you know what I'm saying, like those were people like, okay, I like the way she dressed, okay, so I should carry myself like a lady, like in this manner, or like, you know what I'm saying, I like how she used her speech, okay, so maybe I should project in this manner, you know, things like that. Like, I pretty much taught myself how to be me. Yeah, how to be a woman, how to be feminine, how to be, you know, and my dad did raise me to be like, you don't need a man, X, Y, Z, Z, Z. But at the same time, he still had his traits and his reasons of why he was how he was, and things that happened to him in his childhood that he hadn't addressed. And you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he was great when it came to emotionally being there for me, you know, but physically he wasn't there for me because he was a truck driver. So physically he was on the road, but emotionally he was available, you know. So, and that's just to go along, you know what I'm saying? He had his own traumas that he hadn't even figured out and he hadn't even healed from. So yeah, like, you know, and even when it came to that point, like, I've literally tried to heal the relationships with my parents, with my siblings, and at the end of the day, it kind of taught me this, like, you know, over these past 2 years, like, honestly, you can't heal nobody else, you can only heal you. And I know what I was exposed to, I know what makes me feel low or unworthy and less than, and I know that I'm almighty because of my Father, my heavenly Father. His, you know, within me, he is the great I am, so I am the great I am. You understand? Like, I walk in that same image because he created me in his image. So at the end of the day, like, I'm not willing to allow anyone into my energy or into my life, into, you know what I'm saying, my presence, that can't respect me and respect what I'm saying and respecting, you know, where I'm coming from. And then, and at the same time, if you're not willing to put the action behind it, they don't deserve to be around you, fam. Like, that's just on, like, real GP, because we expose ourselves to this hurt. We expose ourselves to this pain, and not to say that you're not going to be hurt in the future and coming forward along your journey, because you will, but at the same time, you will know how to deal with it in a healthy way. You know, our pain and our hurt is what create this drive to keep going, to keep being better, to keep evolving, you know what I'm saying? So let that pain, let that hurt, let that misunderstanding, let what they said, let what they did to you make you into who God created you to be. Don't be scared, don't be feared of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose a lot of people along the way, but at the same time, you're not really losing them people, because at the end of the day, they was already lost from the jump. So you really not losing, you winning, and you gaining yourself. You gaining your self-worth, your self-value. You are gaining your love, your unconditional love with yourself. And all of that comes from having a personal relationship with God. Like, I've always been like one to take my friends to, like, you know what I'm saying, God this, God that, you know, let them put them into the word of what God said. And at the same time, all got used against me. Like, oh, you think you holier than all, you better than thou. No, you think I'm better than thou. Matter of fact, you know I'm better than that. You know I'm greater than that. You know what I'm saying? So people would project their own insecurities onto you, which make you feel like you like, dang, like, why people keep doing this, or why I keep losing, why they, you know, why my friends turning on me, why my family just don't understand me, why this, why that. And at the end of the day, it's because they are not healing along their journey. They haven't healed from it. They rather suppress it. And so you're going to be spending the rest of your life trying to fight with people for them to understand you, when at the end of the day, all they have to do is understand themselves, and then that'll help them better understand you. You can't do the work for them. Only they can do the work. All you can do is heal yourself, and heal yourself through God. You know what I'm saying? Seek out, hey, God, why am I like this? Why I do this? Why am I... You got to seek God for that. Only God can tell you and show you and reveal to you why you are like you are, and bring to your forefront of your consciousness, like, hey, yeah, stop, think about it, you know, be still, and God gonna do the rest. Like, so many people come up against, gonna rise against you to the end of your days, and the only thing that you can do is to get better at handling it. Only thing that you can do is be more efficient at handling it. But that's all that you can do. And I just said all that to say, like, all the, you know, you got to handle your abandonment issues. You got to handle your depression, your anxiety. And the only way that you can handle depression is by stop depressing. Stop suppressing. Stop stuffing it down. You got to bring it up. Let it come up. Let it, you know what I'm saying? Face it. Anxiety, that's the only way that you're going to face anxiety. And that's all of what God, you got to go through God to get through all of this, conquer all of this. And at the end of the day, people going to say what they're going to say, whether you're doing good or bad. People going to say what they're going to say, whether you healed or you unhealed. I'd rather be healed and, you know what I'm saying, living a prosperous life than to be unhealed. And now I'm just going deeper into a rabbit hole. You got to save yourself. And the only way that you can save yourself is through Christ, bro. Through God and through yourself. Like, you can't save nobody else, man. And I learned that. And I'm saying, like, friendships, relationships, family ships, like jobs, like, you know what I'm saying? I stand so firm in who I am and who I am and whose I am. I'm not gonna let nobody play with me, period. Like, that's just that on that. Like, I don't care, because, baby, through Christ, all things are possible, man. And you can get through all of that. You gonna get through all that. And I'm gonna speak it into you because I believe it. You gonna get through all that. But you got to choose you first. The only way that you're going to get through it is to choose you. Yeah, you're going to be isolated. Yeah, you're going to be by yourself for a while. But I promise you, you're going to come out so strong. You're going to come out feeling like, yeah, you're invincible, because you really are. You hold the power to you. Can't nobody take what's yours. Can't nobody come block your blessings. And let me tell you, your haters and your enemies, like, bro, they sent to you by God. God sent all these people to you so that you can wake up. Wake up and be your greatest self. Wake up and know who you are. Wake up and know who you are. Like, I love y'all and I want everybody to win. Like, you got to be that selfless person, bro. And like, and if you have any envy, spite, jealousy, hate in your heart, like, you know what I'm saying, ask God to forgive you that because he will. And let those people that judge you, ye shall be judged, bro. No sin is greater than the other sin, period. And the only person that can wash those away with their mercy and their grace is God, bro. Like, so them people can't stop what you got going on. Them people can't hinder what you got going on. Only you can do that. Let's get this work, bro. We about to come into a new year, and this new year is gonna be full of blessings and lessons, baby. New blessings and lessons, like, about how to be better than what we was 2-3 years ago, man. Like, I love y'all so much, and I want everybody to win, but the only way we gonna win is know who we are within. Who? Shout out Holy Spirit. That was powerful right there. But that's real. I love you. If ain't nobody tell you they love you, I love you. I want you to win. I want you to be your greatest self, bro. I'm the greatest of destiny, and that's me. That's me. And the greatest of destiny is God, bro. To God be all the glory, the praise, the meaning, and the power, man. Wake up. Go be great.